Hey guys, my name is Hannah, welcome to my channel, and I would say let's have some fun today. So in my previous video I talked to you about palettes I really wanted to have in my collection but not have yet. Some I will maybe buy one day and some I maybe will never. But the McGrath palettes I showed you at the beginning of the video, I really wanted to have a big Mothership palette one day for me, so I decided to wishing for it for Christmas and I got one of those. And the one I decided to get for myself is the Divine Rose 2 palette. It's looking like this. I think it's familiar for the most of you guys. And I got the one with this really beautiful rose gold packaging. I really love this. It's so stunning and beautiful. Before we come to my eye look and what I did to achieve this one, let's first talk about why I wanted to get this one over the other ones. Firstly, it's so dumb, but I love the packaging. The packaging is really this what drew me into the Divine Rose 2 the most. But if I would have liked the inside, of course I wouldn't wanted this one for my first ever Mothership palette. But of course I love the inside, otherwise I wouldn't have got this one. So this is the first reason. The other reason is that I looked at the other palettes and some of them I really loved, like the Mothership number 3, or is it the number 2? I'm not sure. But the one with the green and purple in it, I really love this one as well. And when I saw this one in person, I really felt even more in love with it. But the reason I decided to get this one is that I thought this one really has so many colors that I wanted to wear or will wear on a daily basis. So for example, these 6 shades, maybe not the bright pink one, but also a little bit sprinkled here and there. I would wear this one also on a daily basis, to be honest. But the other 5 shades I all would wear on a daily basis. And from the special shades I also would wear almost everything on a daily basis, even the duochrome one, because I think if you pat it really lightly on your lid, it looks so beautiful and it's like a one and done eyeshadow look. So everything I saw in this palette, I saw my everyday wear, but I also saw so many beautiful opportunities to wear beautiful, bright, colorful and stunning looks with it. So this one I really wanted the most at the end of the day. So I decided to get this one for Christmas and I'm really happy I did. I'm really in love with the color story. I think it's a beautiful and stunning color story. Even if I applied already some looks with it over the time. On Christmas I had a really beautiful blown out look with almost every shade. I think I used 7 out of the 10 shades in here for my first look because I couldn't decide which one I wanted to use first, so I slapped everything on my face. On Christmas, on the Christmas day. Here in Germany we celebrated at the 24th, so I really love this look. And on another day I slapped on this beautiful bright pink shade with this stunning glitzy shade right here, and the gold also played a really nice role in this look and I really felt also in love with this one. So everything I have done yet with this palette, every look I have done, I really loved. So I think it was really worth it for me to wish for this one instead of the other ones. But nonetheless, I think all of the palettes are so beautiful. Nonetheless, I'm really happy with my choice. So I'm so happy and I know I will use every color like crazy. I think my favorite color, to be honest, is this one right here, this dusty rosy shade. I think this is really a stunning and beautiful dusty rosy color, also to slap all over your eyelid and be done with the look. And I also really like, of course, this beautiful triochrome or triochrome shade right here. I think it's also a really, really stunning and beautiful looking shade. And of course the showstopper of the shades is this glittery one right here. So I think these are really the standout shades for me personally, and especially this one. This is so glittery and it looks like you have many little diamonds on your eyes almost. And when you put this one on, you really have all eyes on you at the end of the day, because this is really her special formula with no pigment in it, but with some stunning little glitter particles in it. So yeah, I'm really loving such shades. It's right up my alley, and I'm so glad she includes such shades in her palettes, because I think they really change up a look completely to the most. So I think this is really an overall complete and cohesive palette. This is also a reason I wanted this one for Christmas instead of some other palettes I had my eyes on. You don't have to think much about it. Every color in this one, they are playing really nicely together all in all. But on the other hand, it's also really versatile. So you have really many different looks you can create with that. You can create some bright looks, some deeper looks with some depth in it. You can play with glitter shades, you can play with a trichrome, with a bronzy or a gold shade. So even though they all play really nicely together, you also can see every time you put the colors on a difference in your eye look. So you never come out with the same eye look over and over again. Of course, if you want, you can. Then you just have to use the same colors every time. But I really looked for something I can get different color eye looks, but also they all will play together nicely in the end. So I think that's the reason why this palette is the best choice for me personally. And of course the colors. I'm really a lover of pinks, of dusty roses, of golds, of bronzes, all these kinds of tones I'm really in love with. So this was the reason my decision was based on. So let's come to the look. I think if you really want to make looks out of the palettes, out of every Mothership palette, I think I would assume it's so easy and fast, and it was beautiful. I didn't even have a plan for this look in particular, to be honest. I just slapped on every color I wanted in that moment, and it's played really nicely together. I think this duochrome gave it really this nice and interesting look to it, but the gold and the bronze also really played so nicely together, and the gold, it's brightened everything up so easily and beautiful. I didn't play today with this really glittery shade at the end from the 4 special shades. This is everyone's talking about, the 4 special shades, and I can assure you that they are so worth it. The first time I touched the colors, I was so blown away and so wowed by it, because I never felt so buttery and smooth eyeshadows in my life, to be honest. This was the first time. Even though I have some McGrath palettes, I never had her really big Mothership palette. So this was really the first time I played with a Mothership palette, and I know now why it's such a different to have this palette instead of her other ones. They are also so beautiful and really high up there in my palettes I love the most. But they, in the Mothership palette shadows, especially the 4 special shades at the end, they are feeling like something else. They are so buttery and smooth, and you can't believe you have something on your finger in that moment, but you in fact have really much color. You don't have to dip that hard in it to get color payoff. I told you that right now, and I love it. It's so beautiful, it's so stunning, and it's a whole nother level to have. Big Mothership palette, to be honest. Let's come to the is it worth it part. I think it's really worth it. I don't think you have like other makeup lovers do. I also want to have a little bit more Motherships, but not right now, to be honest. But I think it's really worth it if you have that one color story you really want to have, you know you will use like crazy, and you go for it. I think in that case it would be really worth it, because the shadows, the colors, if you love glitters and glitzy eyeshadows, I think you won't be disappointed in your choice of Mothership you want to have. And this is the case for me. I'm not disappointed. I'm really in love with it, and I'm so happy I got this one. And this will be my treasured Mothership for a while now. And I think it was really worth it for me, because I know I will use this one like crazy, and I can count on it when I really need a beautiful, ethereal, or a really quick and easy look. I think it's playing really good with all of my needs. But I think you should, when you really want your first big Mothership, maybe spend it on a palette you know you would like, and you would love the colors, and you want to use them every day, almost every day. So I think this would be the one for you. But if you like these colors and you are like me, you love rosy and pinky tones, and you like variety but also a little bit more of a special occasion palette almost, that you can also use in that way, then I think you would really love this one. And I'm really loving this one. I'm so happy I got it, and because it's a present, it's even more special for me. And yeah, I'm happy I got it. The colors, the palette itself, everything is in feeling. The only thing maybe is, it's not a negative point, it's just what I noticed is that every color in here is really creamy and buttery, except for this one. This is really creamy, but in comparison to the other ones, it's not that high up. Yeah, it's a little bit of a weird feeling. You almost think you will reach hard pan on it, but it's nothing like that. You can see I barely dipped my finger in it, and I have so much pigment that's coming out of this shade right here. But when I'm looking at it, it's really looking like that it will get hard panned. And I hope it's not the case, and it won't be the case, because you see how pigmented and rich this color is. So it's not that it's hard panning or something like that, but it's looking and feeling a little bit like that. So this is the only color that I think it's a little bit weird, to be honest, but I'm not minding it when it's performing that way. When it will always perform like that, I'm not minding it, to be honest, because then the quality is there and it's just a feeling. But if it will ever get hard panned or the color path is not that anymore, then I think I will be a little bit disappointed, but let's hope not. But otherwise, the other ones are really beautiful. The special shades are specially and glittery. This one is also really, really beautiful, and like I told you, one of my favorite shades in this palette for sure. And yeah, this one is not that wow, but I think for an inner corner or a brow bone highlight, it's a really good and beautiful shade, and I'm not mad at it's in here. I think it's making everything a little bit easier. And yeah, the mattes are also beautiful. You also can use this one as a matte eyeshadow. It's not really that glittery, and yeah, it's going more in the satin direction. So yeah, it can be used as a matte almost, I would say. And I like that these two mattes are really want to deepen everything up so beautifully and want to make everything a little bit brighter or function as a crease shade. So this one is also really versatile and beautiful. And yeah guys, what can I say more? I think I really like this palette. I'm really happy that this is my first palette I decided to get for Christmas. So guys, I hope you liked this video. This is the end, and I hope you got more of a feeling for the color story and everything like that. And I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I would say we will see each other in my next video. Until then, bye guys.